Kindness doesn't need an audience. It simply needs courage. That morning at the coffee shop, the single dad wasn't trying to impress anyone. He just saw something wrong and chose to make it right. He didn't know who the woman was, what she owned, or what she could offer. All he knew was that respect is free, and everyone deserves it. That's the beauty of true kindness. It asks for nothing in return, but always leaves a mark. When he stepped forward to defend her, he wasn't acting from wealth, power, or privilege, but from empathy and decency, values that money can't buy. And sometimes, life watches closely when we think no one is, because the smallest act of goodness, done in silence, can echo louder than any grand gesture. And in that quiet act of courage, his story began to change forever. Courage isn't always about grand battles or loud victories. Sometimes it's about doing what's right when it would be easier to stay silent. In that coffee shop, surrounded by strangers, the single dad didn't hesitate. He saw someone being treated unfairly, and in that moment, his heart spoke louder than his fear. Most people might have looked away, convincing themselves it wasn't their business. But he chose to step in, not because he wanted recognition, but because he believed in decency. True courage often lives in the quiet moments of our day, ones that test our integrity when no one's keeping score. That simple decision to speak up, to protect another person's dignity, revealed more strength than any title or status ever could. And with that small act of bravery, he unknowingly stepped into the moment that would change everything. It's so easy to judge people by what we see: their clothes, their car, their job. That day, the single dad thought he was just helping an ordinary woman who was being mistreated. She didn't look wealthy, powerful, or important. She looked like anyone else, someone who just needed a little respect. But life has a funny way of testing our hearts before revealing its surprises. He didn't know she was a billionaire, someone who could change his life with a single decision. Yet, that's what makes his act so powerful. He helped without knowing, without expecting, without assuming. Because when we treat every person with kindness, regardless of what they have or don't have, we show who we truly are. Sometimes, the people who seem ordinary are the ones who hold the keys to extraordinary moments. And in choosing not to judge, he opened the door to an unexpected destiny. Integrity has a quiet power. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention, but it always shines through when it matters most. The single dad didn't realize that his honesty and courage were being noticed. To him, it was just another day, another act of doing the right thing. But to the woman he defended, it meant everything. His sincerity stood out in a world that often rewards pretenders and overlooks the genuine she saw in him. But money couldn't buy a man whose values guided his actions. And that, more than anything, caught her heart. Life has a way of rewarding those who stay true to their principles, even when no one is watching. Integrity may not always bring instant success, but it always brings the right opportunities at the right time. And in that single moment of truth, his honesty became the spark that changed his fate. Love and respect don't come from wealth or status, they come from the heart. The single dad didn't have much to give, but what he did have was sincerity, compassion, and a soul that treated others with dignity. The billionaire woman had everything money could buy, yet what moved her most was something she couldn't purchase: a genuine connection built on kindness and truth. It's easy to be impressed by success, but real love grows from understanding, from seeing someone's struggles and still choosing to stand beside them. In a world where so many chase power, fame, and fortune, it's the simple things, sympathy, respect, and honesty that truly touch lives. Their bond wasn't built on riches, but on something much deeper, something rare and timeless. And in that moment, both discovered that the richest hearts are the ones filled with love, not wealth. Every choice we make, no matter how small, shapes the direction of our lives. The single dad had no idea that one simple act of kindness would set his destiny in motion. He wasn't chasing luck or hoping for recognition. He was simply being himself. But that's how life often works. It turns our honest moments into stepping stones toward something greater. One decision, one action can create ripples that reach far, beyond what we can see. His courage and compassion didn't just protect a stranger. They revealed the kind of man he truly was, a man life couldn't ignore. Destiny doesn't always arrive with warning signs or grand opportunities. Sometimes it comes quietly, disguised as an ordinary moment. And those who act with heart are the ones who recognize it when it comes. And with that single choice, he turned an ordinary day into the beginning of an extraordinary life.